The internet is embedded into most of our everyday lives. With it has come a technological ecosystem that connects everyone and everything, known as the Internet of Things. As the ecosystem thrives on connection, there exists a sort of global community online that allows access to different kinds of information, perspectives, and thoughts. This aspect has been revolutionary as people are able to share things and have open discussions that were never seen before.
Some men have foot fetishes. And let me tell you, baby, I done made me some money off dudes with foot fetishes. A dude one time just telling me if he could rub my feet because my toes were so perfectly symmetrical to him. He was like telling me all kind of stuff. Literally zelled me just so he could do that.
The constant exchange of info between people surfing the net for things they like, places they want to go, and so on, creates continuous data. As a result of this all, there comes a hypervisibility of each and every person, both online and offline. These two parts of a person are carefully pieced together like a puzzle by various entities, trying to find out as much as they possibly can about you.
Standing by. Hi there, can I help?
Yeah, I just liked your Facebook page.
Okay, I'll search Facebook now.
I'm searching Google.
Have a phone number.
I've got his email address.
Okay, Carly, are you ready
For information on Damien.
Yep, I am.
Mother's maiden name is he banks with
Carly, this is the girl coming in now with the blue scarf.
What's her name? Nicholas.
Nicola. His date of birth, 7th May. She lives at 38A.
Just be a couple of seconds.
2 children, 8, 4 and 6. Previous address. She's got the postcode.
Yep, got it.
Okay.
Damien, age 26 and a fitness instructor.
How do you know that?
Where did you go to UCL? Martin went to South Thames College, assistant psychologist at Great Ormond Street. How did you know?
That is... I don't really understand.
Oh, better?
You know I'm a Christian as well.
Oh yeah, we know everything about you, Martin. Thank you. Nice to meet you, Anna from Russia.
You willingly give away all kinds of information about who you are, what you do every day, even information about your mental health without realizing. Every message, purchase, or like is collected and sold for profit by data brokers. Data brokers are like digital rats in the virtual streets that quietly harvest every single piece of data they can find out about you. The digital footprint we leave on the net feeds an ever-growing advertising market, and all that personal data is almost worth $1 trillion today.
The data is no longer about you, it is you. Companies are also starting to predict future behaviors, for example, whether you're a trustworthy driver, a good employee, or a good credit risk, based on things like your social media activity, your health and fitness, or your home energy use. The more that companies know about you, where you live, how many children you have, what your medical ailments are, what you buy, your anonymity becomes irrelevant. What's more, you lose your right to free choice, as companies make decisions on your behalf without your knowledge.
There are many industries invested in monitoring people's behaviors and habits. This can be done through tracking you.
And so if your location settings are on and you're using them and your phone is constantly reaching out to the world to see if there's text messages to pull into you, it is following you block by block in New York City. And on the criminal investigation side of a digital forensic extraction, that path that you took can be traced to a very close degree.
If you have your location services enabled on your device, then this makes you completely traceable, as your GPS location data is tied to your mobile number. Apps and services you authorize to access your location use GPS to track your whereabouts.
Like, you know how
Okay,
your phone
I get
tells
it.
you it's 22 minutes until you get home?
I get it.
And you're like, bitch, how do you know where I live?
Exactly.
I didn't tell you where I live.
Anytime you've shared your location on any social media app, that gives data brokers and companies access to your location. So now, your purchases, online searches, and even conversations you have make you victim to targeted advertising and help train AI systems. This can lead to super creepy situations.
We all know that stores know things about us based on our shopping habits.
But you know, sometimes what stores find out gets a little bit creepy. The latest, how some stores can figure out that a woman is pregnant before she tells anyone. Consumer reporter John Matarese is here now with this unusual story. John?
Well, Carol, many stores now keep a database of everything you buy. That's how grocery store registers know what coupons to spit out for you. You know, your shopper's card keeps a record of all your purchases at the grocery store. But some say it went too far when Target figured out that a teen was pregnant before her family even knew. That's right. A report in the New York Times says Target's sophisticated computers are able to guess when a woman shopper is pregnant based on 25 items that pregnant women buy.
It really is all about the ads you're shown, based on corporations successfully stalking you. Ever scroll through Facebook and noticed ads that seem eerily tailored to your interests, or written a private email only to later see similar phrases appearing elsewhere online? Perhaps you have even found content from your personal blog replicated.
You will never be rid of ads.
People keep thinking ads or apps are reading their minds and swear it shows them things they never mentioned, but most likely they typed it, searched something similar, or spoke about it with a friend. And yes, that does mean your phone could be listening to you.
At my Airbnb that I rented, and it was actually a gorgeous Airbnb.
I have not searched Airbnb on my phone. I don't have the app, and it only took 20 minutes into our conversation for this to happen.
There's an ad for Airbnb.
Coincidence?
A big player in data harvesting is obviously government agencies. They have been tracking and spying on law-abiding everyday people through their digital footprint and their devices.
Alexa, do you work for the government?
I can't find the answer to the question I heard.
Alexa, do you work for the government? Yes or no?
Sorry, I didn't understand the question I heard.
By watching you through a huge surveillance network and collecting sensitive data through shady practices, Brian Tao writes about this in his book, Means of Control. In 2013, the City of London even briefly contracted with a company called Renew London that used Wi-Fi-enabled trash cans. The trash cans were also using Wi-Fi to detect the phones of passers-by and understand their behavior and movements.
And remember, kids, the next time that somebody tells you the government wouldn't do that, oh yes they would.
The government uses various tools like the internet and tech to widen their scope of surveillance on the general public. Each person's waking moments are monitored in one way or another, almost like a plot in a futuristic dystopian movie.
Whenever you're carrying a phone, whenever the phone is turned on, there's a record of your presence at that place that is being made and created by companies. It does not need to be kept forever, and in fact, there's no good argument for it to be kept forever, but these companies see that as valuable information, right? This is the whole big data problem that we're running into, and all this information that used to be ephemeral, right? Where were you when you were 8 years old, you know? Where'd you go after you had a bad breakup? You know, who'd you spend the night with? Who'd you call after? All this information used to be ephemeral, meaning it disappeared, right? Like the morning dew, it would be gone. No one would remember it. But now these things are stored. Now these things are saved. It doesn't matter whether you're doing anything wrong. It doesn't matter whether you're the most ordinary person on earth, because that's how bulk collection, which is the government's euphemism for mass surveillance, works. They simply collect it all in advance in hopes that one day it will become useful. And that was just talking about how you connect to the phone network. That's not talking about all those apps on your phone. that are contacting the network even more frequently, right? How do you get a text message notification? How do you get an email notification? How is it that Facebook knows where you're at? You know, all of these things, these analytics, they are trying to keep track through location services on your phone, through GPS, through even just what wireless access points you're connected to, because there's a global, constantly updated map. There's actually many.
The public have never been more watched or easily traceable in history, in turn diminishing the right to privacy and being at the mercy of those who hold your data. This can lead to major corruption, like police being able to track you without a warrant because they buy your data, giving them all the information they need on you and more. They call this information patterns of life, which they use to access your location even if you've never committed a crime.
Instances over 2 years where police just happened to get images of his car and more.
So this picture shows my car parked in the driveway of my house, and very clearly shows my daughters and myself getting out of the car.
The license plate scanner is always on. Anytime a police officer drives the car, it's recording, storing license plates on its servers.
So why are they buying millions and millions of people's data? Facial recognition, which is basically a digital police lineup, is being more widely used in public areas. This tech isn't even accurate and has actually resulted in people being falsely convicted of crimes like Portia Woodruff. She was 8 months pregnant in February 2023 when police arrested her for a carjacking after a facial recognition match.
I opened up my door a little bit wider so she could see, so that they could see, you know, I was 8 months pregnant. And I also pointed to my cars that were in the driveway at the time. You know, I'm like, I'm 8 months pregnant and, you know, I have a car right there. Why would I carjack anyone?
Yeah, this is actually a thing.
The real question is this: was all this legal? Absolutely fucking not.
There is a lot of money in personal data, and we are for sale. In a world where people are willingly sharing information about themselves, it has become a complete free-for-all for all governments all over the world. People are filming their crimes and have become so addicted to the attention on social media that they are willing to broadcast anything, absolutely anything, to get some sort of public reaction.
Tonight, the man who wasn't shy about showing off
we getting right over here, man. Y'all already know the story, man.
is facing drug and weapon charges.
They just gave them proof of what was going on right there.
Marty Cooper, the inventor of the cell phone, suggested that smartphones would become part of the human body. With so much personal data stored on it, it has become a reflection of a person's life. It's like having an artificial limb, which is what many are now likening these devices to. Attention can equate to a lot of currency online, and nobody is more aware of that than the entities that profit from your online activity. The subtle and, of course, the not so subtle ways of encroaching on our privacy poses questions about how free we really are in a society that is so invested in monitoring us all.
I don't know if you guys should be talking so loud. No, Lisa, it's not like the government is listening to everybody's conversation.
Stealing, selling, and harvesting our data is a large part of the economy now. So, is it too late? I don't think so. As long as we are aware of the various tactics to track, analyze, and sell to us, then we can make our own conscious decisions. Technology isn't inherently good or bad. You can use it or let it use you. If you let it use you, just remember that you are the product. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. And I'll see you in the next one.